live? We live, okay. Same thing as always. As you come in, give me an audio check. Let me know everything is good. Stuff might be a little crummy because of where I am, because I done made it up here to Houghton. So, Cootie Bang, what's going on? So, let's go ahead into rant number 3. Now, when I got off the live yesterday, remember I was supposed to come up here and do a load for. I was supposed to do a load for. Yeah, I was supposed to pick up today. Supposed to go down to Taunton, Massachusetts tomorrow for $1,200. All right, right after I got off the phone, got a phone call from dispatch. They say, "Hey man, listen, we got another load. Right, be up here tomorrow. Be up here tomorrow. We got a load that's picking up right out of Hodgson, which is about 3 miles east of here. Got a load of starch. Pick that up, run that straight down to Dayton, New Jersey. Run that down to Dayton, New Jersey and stuff." So I said, "All right, cool. Yeah, I'll take it." So I leave. I leave the travel area and stuff. I go over to Walmart. I get a phone call from the guy who set the load up. He says he need to call the guy over here at the warehouse and stuff, right? So that's when you know some stuff gonna happen right there. Well, let me call the guy at the warehouse and let him know what time you're gonna be there and stuff. He said, "What time you want to be there? What time you want to load us?" "All right, 10 o'clock is fine." "Yeah, 10 o'clock." Okay. So, um, when I came out of Walmart, I got a missed phone call from him. He says, "Hey man, the product that they supposed to ship, and stuff hasn't been tested by QA. So, um, they won't be able to test it till Monday. So we'll load you up Monday and stuff, and then you can go from there." Now, mind you, what was the whole complaint that I was talking about? I said I'm low on hours, right? Goldsboro, North Carolina. All right, Mr. Eastwood. Um, I could have took my 34, right, and just came up today and then loaded the stuff tomorrow. But instead, you know, I moved, and so now I got to restart this whole thing all over again. So all the way, I come all the way up here. I said, "Well, I'm gonna wash clothes and I'm gonna do some detail inside the truck and stuff." And so I'm like, "No, I can't do that either, cause the washing machine's out of order, and so is the sink that you get the water from. So now I can't do that. So I'm just sitting here, basically doing nothing for the rest of the day, on the possibility that I might have a load tomorrow and stuff. Cause they might just say anything, but just remember what I was saying. They'll say anything to get you up here. They'll say anything to get you up here and stuff. And so, you would think, okay, well, the starch load ain't gonna be ready till Monday, so why don't I just go, just so you can continue to make money, right? Just so you continue to make money. Let me switch you back over. Let me switch you back over to that load that you were supposed to do. Let me switch you back over to that and stuff. And so, no. And just let somebody else worry about this stuff picking up Monday. So, this crap right here happens, and now I'm stuck here with nothing to do. So, that's my rant and stuff. It took, only 5 minutes to do it. So, what's going on y'all end? Oh yeah, sorry about that footage from I I deleted the live feed yesterday because I started speaking about some stuff I shouldn't have been speaking about and stuff. It wasn't the weed either, you know. It's just, you know, yeah. I just spoke about. Now I spoke about my mother and everything and stuff. So I'm like, that ain't something that I want to, you know. I don't have a problem talking about it. It's just something I don't want to keep reviewing and stuff like that. So you know, but so I say sorry about that. And I hope that it wasn't no information that was up there that you guys was trying to get. So if it is, then you know, just tell me what it is you need me to cover and stuff, and I'll just go on into it. So, but other than that, man, just like how I posted on Instagram, if you stuck up here 5 o'clock at 5 o'clock Friday afternoon, if you ain't got no load out of here, boy, it's gonna be a long, expensive weekend. Yeah, well, you know, yes, you know, I guess, I mean, um, you know, I guess you know everybody has their story and stuff like that. I mean, we all grown people. I just, yeah, you know, I tell anybody and stuff, man. If your parents are still around, man, you know, if your parents are still around and stuff, man, you got a chance to be around them. Then, hey, be around them, cause where my father's at and stuff, I can't even visit him, you know. And I used to go see him all the time and stuff, but I can't go see him on account of the COVID, you know. And now you know, they got some real strenuous visitation stuff that's set up now. So I mean, it's like, you know, the best I can do is call him, but you know, yeah, if your parents are still around, man, you know, shoot, man, hey, go over there and check them out, spend some time with them. 'Cause Lord knows, boy, when they, 'cause man, when they ain't here no more, man, it puts you got this void. You got this void that can never be filled up by anything. It's like, man, you know, I don't know. I can't sit there and say, you know, I can speak at it from my point and stuff, but then you got some people out here that are more less fortunate. You know, they probably didn't get to meet their parents and stuff at all. You know, you know, I had people like that and stuff, and so I guess that's what I think about too. Is that, let's see, yeah. So you know that's I'm telling you, it's like, bro, you know, you sitting there and I'm telling you, man, like you get real, you get. I mean, it'll make you bitter, man. You know, it'll make you bitter and stuff. Like, you know, shoot, you know, like um, when I was married, you know, when I was married and stuff. Like, I mean, you know, shoot, my wife, you know, my ex-wife and stuff. You know, she real close to her mother and stuff like that. And so, you know, it just, you know, when they on the phone talking and stuff, man, that kind of bothers me a little bit. You know, that's in the inside. That bothers me. Like, man, shoot, you know, you get to talk to your mother and stuff. I'm like, shoot, I can't even, you know, I can't even talk to my mother. So, ever thought about writing a book? No, not really, because ain't nothing. There's nothing that I have that's that interesting and stuff. I think like HT. I think HT really covered a lot of. I think HT covered a lot of the. He covered a lot of his information and stuff there. So I don't want to sit there and yeah, for me to write a book and stuff, man, it's just I don't know. I don't think that the information I have is that interesting enough for me to write it. So you know, been watching your channel for like 2 months. I'm ready to get out there and dump truck. Okay, so what you trying? You got your you trying to get your CDLs or what is it that you trying? You trying to go dump truck, man? That's okay. That's not bad. That's not bad and stuff. You live in Goldsboro, so um, I'm trying to think who can you hook up with him? Who can you hook up with? And the whole thing I would say about dump trucks and stuff is that from everybody I seen that advertise that they want people to drive dump truck, they want you to have a little bit of experience. So I don't know if it's something that you can get into right away, but I mean, with the way the industry is and stuff, they said, no, I'm trying to get out there. No, I'm trying to get out of the dump. Oh, you trying to get out of the dump truck. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. So the politics, yeah. Well, it's politics. It's politics everywhere you go. You'll find it out and stuff, man. You get out here on OTR, it'll be the same thing. Like, okay, like a lot of people think what I do. A lot of people think what I do and stuff is regional. Like, okay, you run regional because you run East Coast, and it's all OTR at the end of the day. It's all OTA. It's all over the road and stuff. It's just the wording will make you believe that you're doing something a little bit differently than somebody else. Cause you're let's see what it's saying. Oh, favoritism. Yeah, that's everywhere too, man. That's everywhere too. You can't really do nothing about it. Even if you get your own authority. Even if you get your own authority and stuff, that favoritism gonna always be there and stuff. So, you know, the only hopes that you have and stuff of navigating through it is try, get what you can while you can for as long as you can. That's the thing there and stuff. It's gonna always be favoritism and stuff. Somebody gonna be working at the job longer than you. Somebody gonna be up there cool with the boss man. It's all sorts of variables and stuff, right? That can make somebody show favoritism towards somebody. You know, when the only thing you can do is focus on the business. If you focus on the business and nothing else, then you don't have to worry about favoritism, because at the end of the day, when they look at you and they see that you about the dollars, you about making the money, then that's the best type of person to have, in your clique. Because a lot of people think like, well, they can get up there and they can talk to the boss man, and he wants somebody to talk to. It's a position for everybody, but ultimately he wants the people and stuff, man, that know how to make money. All right, I can give you a directive, and you go out there, do what needs to be done and stuff, and make that money. Long as you can do that and stuff, then it is what it is. The people that talk, let them talk. They want to be in the office all day long and stuff. You let them stay there. But yeah, it's gonna be favoritism everywhere you go. But ultimately, be about the dollars. Let your dollars be the favoritism. Because that senior driving stuff, they can come in all day long and they gonna run the easy stuff. But you know what? I say they paid their dues, so let them cruise. But a person coming in, just let the dollars be the factor, like nothing else. Hey, look, I ain't coming in here to talk about. Let's see, I have my Class B. I'm working on a Class A. Okay, yeah. So yeah, definitely get them Class A's. Get them Class A's and stuff, man, cause you don't want nothing to hinder you. You know, you don't want nothing to hinder you. And so sometimes that's what holds you back to the fact they know, oh, you can't leave. You got a class B. You can't go. Where you going to another dump truck outfit? You might work for somebody that got work for somebody that got a six-wheel or something like that. You know, that sort of thing there. But yep, it's favoritism every single way you go, man. Everywhere you go. But be that businessman about the dollars. You bought them dollars, man. Look, it ain't nothing we need to talk about. I ain't interested in none of this other stuff about, your hunting and your fishing trips and all that other stuff there. I ain't interested in that. And the only thing I'm interested in is what you got available. Let's go ahead and get this done and stuff like that. And that's it. Cause the more I talk to a person, the more disgusted I get. And that's because I feel like some people should have some level of intelligence when dealing in the world of business. And nothing really disgusts me more than the fact that I'm over here explaining something on a business aspect, and you just sitting there like, huh? You have no idea what I'm talking about. So, in that position there and stuff, man, I'm like, I just hate wasting my time and energy on things and stuff that that may be above your level of thinking. And in the world of business, I don't have time to be explaining stuff. Like, when I'm talking to a broker, if I'm talking to a broker or a dispatcher, I don't have time to explain nothing. I'm like, look, it is what it is, and that's that. All this explaining, it ain't gonna get me nowhere. I'm just asking, okay, what do we have to do now to get the issue resolved? What do we have to do now to get the issue resolved? Cause a couple weeks ago I did a load for TQL, and I picked the load up, and I knew that I was gonna be late delivering that load to Walmart. I knew I was gonna be late and stuff. I said I'm gonna be late by 10 minutes. But I'm saying, since we got a couple hours and stuff, I was calling and I was telling, hey, listen, can you call down there to the shipper? Can you call down to the Walmart and see, will they give me 10 minutes? Will they give me 10 minutes and stuff? And so we got a couple hours, and so the first thing he want an explanation as to why I need all this time. Let's see. Where you say, what's the ideal number for a monthly truck note for financing, and where can I find that deal? Well, first, you got to make sure your credit's straight. You got to make sure your credit's straight. So, if your credit score is under 600, then you need work right there. Point, you trying to go no further till you do something about that credit score. If it's somebody need to fix your books or whatever and stuff like that, then that's what I suggest. Anything that can get your credit score and stuff up. Get some understanding about financial literacy. In the process of getting your credit straight. Because once your credit is straight, then your next step is, then you can start talking about what a truck note and all that stuff like that. What's feasible for a truck note. So what I suggest again is that if you don't have no experience and you have very little insight about the industry, and your finances and stuff is straight, just get you a brand new truck. Because what you want to do is that you want You want more time to be, you want more time and stuff to be figured on learning the business than learning the truck. Because, a lot of people want to get a used truck. You want to get a used truck and you got very little knowledge about the industry and how it works. And so you got too many things you got to learn in one time. You got to learn the truck, then you got to learn the business. And you don't want nothing hindering you from, getting the job and stuff done. Yeah, a new truck will cost you more money monthly, but if you look at it from a business aspect, you want to learn the truck to a point to where it's not really hindering your business. You don't want to keep going to the shop for emission problem. I can say, yeah, you're going to have a problem with your emissions, but you don't know what steps to take and stuff in order to get certain things and stuff done. I can only give you an insight based upon what I've been through. But from a general perspective, all I can say is that, yeah, you will experience some breakdowns, but you got to know what to do generally to get it done. You can't just say, I got a breakdown. Yeah, I need to automatically go to Freightliner, take my truck to Freightliner. And it's a lot of issues that can get resolved with you not even having to go to Freightliner, But then there are some things and stuff that you need to take to Freightliner before. I'm just saying Freightliner because of my truck. But some things can be resolved with you not even having to go to the dealership. And then some things have to be resolved with you going to the dealership. So you need to know when to go, where to go, and how to handle it and stuff if the issue comes up. If you got a new truck, for instance, and your truck is under 150,000 miles, then that's bumper to bumper warranty off the cuff. So that means that any kind of issue that you have, you can take it to the dealership and chances are they're going to jump on you first because they got a reputation they got to uphold and stuff with their brand. As opposed to going in with a used truck, if you got a used truck, especially something with some years on it, and then you go to the dealership, regardless if you're going in for warranty or you're going in for money, right? They might not jump on you as quickly. Which could, in terms hurt you in your business. So you don't know what you need to be prepared for and stuff like, well, is it something that they're going to fix and it's going to take them a day or two, or is my truck going to be down for a couple weeks, So you need as little things and stuff as possible in your way of learning the business. Because once you learn the business, once you got the business down pat, then, you can go get you a used truck because you know how you're going to make money. All right. My truck going to be down and stuff like, I already know where I'm going to take it to. I already know what the issue going to be, so on and so forth. That issue there. So number one, if you're talking about financing the truck, get your credit straight first. Get your credit straight. Know where you stand at with your credit. Number two, get your capital up. Get up your capital. Not your money, your capital. Cause once you have your capital, then how much you need and stuff to put into your business and stuff to get things on the up and up. Let's see. I have my own dump truck. Once I get my Class A, should I work for a company first, then learn the business before I get my own truck? Okay. With you having your own dump truck, right? You gotta understand how the truck works and stuff. As far as like, you got the truck part down pat. You got what you need and stuff for capital. Now the only thing you're doing is that you're switching over from a dump truck forum to a combination forum. So there's not much difference between the two and stuff as far as like handling business. Somewhat, that you of course need to be in control of everything that need to be in control of, as much stuff as you can be in control of. As far as like where the loads are going, the routes you're gonna take, those sort of things, and stuff, right? And as far as like getting with a company, this what you use the lease for and stuff. You get into the lease to you get into a lease, and the lease that you need to get into is a place where you're looked at as a partner rather as uh, um, rather as a glorified company driver. You know, you need to go somewhere where the people that you're leasing on to got just as much to lose as you do. You see what I'm saying? That way, that's the best way to get an understanding about business, because they gonna give it to you straight. It ain't gonna be no they gonna give it to you straight. They ain't gonna cut it or none of that stuff there. How they gonna talk to you, how you need to talk to them. And there's no in between. There's no nonsense and stuff in there. Everybody and stuff is all on the aspect of business. And so, as long as you can do that and stuff, then, everything else is fine. And don't get comfortable. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much money you make and stuff, man. Do not get comfortable. Get the money. But always have you a plan. Since you're at the beach, don't bring no sand with you, right? But don't get comfortable. Even if you stay there for 20 years, don't ever get comfortable. Always have you a plan to say, well, if things if you have to make a move and stuff like that, then you just make that transition, and that's that. But as long as you there, as long as you can get the money, get the money. I lease now for $1,000 a week, and I'm still able to turn good profit after expenses, but I to cut the payment down in half and own the truck within 2 years. Okay. Now, that was what you call, that was remember, that was Hector's problem right there. That was Hector's problem right there and stuff. So you paying $1,000 a week, that's $52,000 in 1 year. So that should tell you something right there. $52,000 in 1 year. This truck right here that I'm driving was $57,000. $57,000. You paying $1,000 a week. Now, let me make sure I'm reading this right. Let's see. Cut the payment down to half. Okay. All right. So since you in that lease, one of the things that you understand is financial literacy. So should nothing change, right? Nothing should change and stuff when you get out of their truck and get your own truck, because you paying them $1,000 a week, right? You're giving them $1,000 a week for their truck. So you can do, if you can get them $1,000 a week, you can do $1,000 a week for yourself. Like I said, if you're doing good, right? If you're making good money, then this is the time to go over there and, hey, okay, where do I stand as far as my credit, and what do I have to do to get my credit and stuff straight? Before you set your portfolio up, these things must be done. Before you set up your portfolio, unless you already got it in your mind that this lease is what I'm going to do, and that's that. Then you can set your portfolio up based upon that lease. But if you're talking about trying to get you some equipment to cut down on your payments and stuff, then while you making the money, you saving up the capital and stuff, right? You need to be talking to some people to see if your credit ain't where it's supposed to be at and stuff. Talk to some people so they can get your stuff right. That's what your focus need to be on right there. And once you get that credit and stuff straight, once you get your credit straight, then you'll know where you stand and stuff, as far as like whether I want to get something brand new or whether I want to get something used. Because the people that you with, I'm gonna tell you is that, Most companies that have lease programs and stuff, they feel real salty when you turn their truck in and you come back with your own truck. They get real salty about that. They get real salty about it because these are people they're not business minded people. What they should be saying, hey, listen, I respect your hustle. I respect your hustle. I appreciate you helping me make money and stuff with this truck here. You going out here, you gonna get your own. All right, cool. So, it is what it is. But unfortunately, a lot of businesses and stuff aren't like that. When you in their lease program and then you say, all right, I'm gonna go get my own, and then come back over there with the company and lease back on with them, they feel real salty about that. Because what they figure is that you're gonna take that information and give it to others, which you are. Cause they gonna look at you, they're gonna say, well, dang on, let me do like him. Where I was paying $1,000 a week, now I'm paying $1,000 a month for a truck. But that extra money and stuff that I used to pay and stuff, now I'm putting that towards other things in my business. That's going to work for me, because that's actual money that I can put my hands on and make it go to work for me. Instead of just saying, okay, well, it's going towards a lease payment. It's still the same money, but now you're more in control of it. So that's the deal there, man. While you're making good money, know where you stand with your credit, and if your credit ain't straight, get it straight. Start talking to people and stuff. These people that fix credit and all this stuff there. Hey, that's who you talk to. Make your money go to work for you, kind. When your money go to work, well, your capital is going to work for you. Now your credit is going to work for you. Kind. Basically, everything that you have is going to be going to work for you. You're going to be going to work. Your truck going to be going to work. Your capital and your credit. The only thing that don't go to work is your profit. Because your profit, you're not going to have any profit. Because if you got any profit, where you going to put it? Back in your business. You're going to put it back in your business, so you'll never have a profit. But you'll have everything that you need, though. Food, clothing, and shelter, all that'll be taken care of. But if you have any profit that's left over, it needs to be put back in the business. And so when you set up your portfolio, right? So when you set up your portfolio and stuff, you want the business to be making money. You want your business to be making money. You don't want no profit for yourself, because if you got any profit, that's when you're going to get taxed to death. Just like everybody talking about, and I don't want to jump on this political stuff. I'm just saying, I'm just using this as an example. People are talking about Donald Trump, right? Oh, Donald Trump only had to pay $750 or $750,000. Okay, Jeff Bezos is way richer than Donald Trump. Guess how much he had to pay? Zero. Jeff Bezos is what, 123 billion? 123 billion? Got to call it out and stuff. AT&T. We look at these businesses and stuff like that. Like, what are they paying in taxes? People don't understand. The only people that are sitting there that are talking about this man taxes is people that don't understand business. When you understand business and stuff, you'll find out when they start talking how ridiculous they sound. People who run business and stuff like that and understand how money works, understand financial literacy, they totally completely understand what it's about. Oh, well, Donald Trump only had to pay $750 in taxes. Or yeah, he paid $750 in taxes. So to give you insight and stuff about that. The reason why you don't have to pay taxes, like with Jeff Bezos, fans. Why did Jeff Bezos didn't have to pay taxes? Because he is building fulfillment centers everywhere. And those fulfillment centers, Everything that he purchases, he has to pay taxes on. He has to pay taxes on the property. He doesn't have to pay any kind of, he doesn't pay any taxes on his profit. But everything else, you pay taxes on. You got to pay taxes for the building every year. You got to pay. You got to pay on the county their taxes. If you got any kind of electricity, utilities and stuff, that's taxes on that. Every piece of equipment that he has to pay taxes on. You see, the list just goes on and stuff. The maintenance, all this other stuff there. Everybody that he's employing, right? He's employing people, and these people that are employing are people who pay taxes. Why? Because they don't have a business. The thing is that your job to have money in order for you to escape paying taxes is to create institution and infrastructure so those that can come in there that don't have businesses have to pay taxes. Yeah, they're paying $18 an hour and stuff. That's right. But look at all the taxes they have to pay per employee. So no, he's not talking about going to autonomy. They're not talking about that yet. How many years it take me to pay the truck? This truck right here was for 3.5 years. This truck is for 3.5 years, and I was supposed to pay it off. All right, the lease was for 3.5 years, and I was supposed to pay it off in October. Well, this month here, but instead of me paying the truck off, I'm getting the transmission and stuff fixed first. So I'm gonna just pay the truck off in January. Let's see. Should I buy a truck for 20 or 30,000 or lease a truck with the company? All right. If you're talking about buying a truck for 20, 30,000, like me, let's see. All right, like Chase and Andrews and stuff, right? We was watching he always talking about the auction. How people need to buy a truck from the auction. How much information do you know about a truck, right? That's what's going to determine how much money you need to spend in the truck. If you have good knowledge, if your knowledge is very extensive about a truck, and you got some people lined up that can fix your truck and stuff like that, and you know where it's going to stand as far as best and worst case scenario, then it isn't going to matter whether you get the truck for 20,000 or whether you get it for 30,000. Hell, you can find one. Heck, you can find one for 8,000. If you know what to do at the time things go wrong and stuff, and you got the capital in place to take care of it, then get the truck on the low end. Get it on the low end and work it till you start having those problems. Otherwise, if you don't have the less information you have, the more you need to spend on the truck. The less mechanical stuff you have, insight that you have about the truck, the more you need to spend. The more information you have about the truck, the less you need to spend on buying a truck. God, they were selling trucks at the auction for $13,000-$14,000. These were like these trucks were like 14s. They were like 14, 15, 16. They were selling those trucks and stuff, man, for like 14, anywhere between $14,000-$16,000. Now, they said something about the emissions altered. Now, they said something about emissions altered. So if you know what that means, right? If you know what emission altered mean and stuff, then yeah. Then you're getting the truck for a real good deal. If you don't know what it means, right, and you don't understand your business to a point, because you don't want to get something that's emission altered, and then you go somewhere and stuff, and then somebody find out that it's been emission altered. That's why all your trouble and stuff gonna start coming in at. The emissions been altered in it, and then something happened to the truck, and then the first place you're going is to the dealership. You're going to the dealership and stuff, and then they just happen to hook up the ECM because they want to be nosy. They want to hook the ECM up and stuff, and then they find out that well, they crank your truck up and they see your regen light flashing, and then they go mashing the regen button and the truck ain't regenning. Then they want to hook the ECM up, and then they find out, oh, wait a minute. So now they coming to you and stuff, and then they might be some buttholes and say, okay, I'm gonna go back into ECM and stuff and go back and default your settings, right? Now all your settings and stuff is defaulted. Now you got a 00 on your truck. So, you got a 00 on your truck, which means you can't drive a 5 mile an hour. Now they telling you and stuff, okay, yeah, before we can work on your truck, we got to get all this stuff up here fixed. You got to get this, that, or whatever and stuff, right? And so, it started adding up, with the emissions alone, you're talking about $10,000 just for the one box. $10,000 for the one box. And so you got your filters that you got to buy and stuff. Your filters are $1,200. You got to get new filters, $1,200 a piece. You got to have 2 of them, $1,200 a piece and stuff. Then all the components and stuff that go to it. You got to get all them and stuff, and then they got to hook that. They got to hook all that up. So by the time you look at time late, all that stuff there, they giving you a bill for $30,000 just to get this thing hooked back up. Because you took the truck to the dealership when it wasn't a dealership matter. But see, the first thing you think, oh, well, shoot, something wrong with the truck, I better take it to the dealership. Instead, just take it to a mechanic who's saying, okay, look, what's wrong with your truck? Hey, I'm having this problem right here. Okay, this what it is. They go and they fix it and stuff, and that's that. They ain't got to hook nothing up to no ECM or none of that stuff there. Other than, and if they hooking it up, it's just to clear out the code. That sort of stuff there. They ain't being nosy. They just doing what business people do and stuff. Okay, look, you got a problem. I'm going to fix your problem. I'm going to get this money, and I'm going to send you on the way and stuff like that. Tell everybody about me and the good job I did and stuff. And if you have any more problems, come on back here. You get hooked up with your mechanic that way and stuff. Like, hey, man, anytime I have an issue, I'm going to shoot it back over to my partner. He don't want to keep seeing you for the same thing, but if something come up with your equipment, then, he want to have that trust to a point to where if something goes wrong, you can call him first. If he can count on you that way and stuff, he going to always give you the best service. To a point, he could probably, you could probably call him on the phone and stuff. Okay, all right, you got this tool, this tool, this tool. Okay, this is what you need, and I'll walk you through it on how to fix it. So it's all on how much knowledge you have about the truck. It's hard to find good mechanics in Goldsboro. You gotta feel people out and stuff. You can't, if you can't find that and stuff, then you might have to venture out a little bit. You can't, you might have to go to Wilson. You might have to go to Wilson. You might have to go to Rocky Mount. Go on Facebook Market. Go on Facebook Market and stuff. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the amount of mechanics and stuff that are around there. You know what I'm saying? Cause right now, this economy is tough. This economy is tough, and it's only getting tougher. And so, stuff, to get that money. And as long as there's, you might be the very person to keep them over the edge. Like, hey, I can count on this dude. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't got time to be, a lot of these mechanics ain't got time to be screwing up. They cutting hours and stuff like that. They downsizing. A lot of these businesses, they want you closed at, they want your business closed by 8 o'clock, And some of these people used to be open 24 hours, making that easy money. But third shift is third shift is usually the shift they're gonna cut. They're gonna cut, all the senior people on first shift. Second shift, they're the second string and stuff, and then third shift, they like, but a lot of these guys and stuff, they just like going to the barbershop. They can do a good job. It's just don't nobody want to give them a chance. All right, Mr. Turner, what's going on? Man, my service is janky here. I see the reconnect wheel, the reconnect wheel up there. So yeah, so and to be honest with you, man, a lot of the mechanical stuff, I'm up here in where am I at? I'm in Houghton, Maine. And stuff, which is about 15 miles from Santa Claus house. But a lot of the stuff that go wrong with your truck, the only reason why you can't fix it yourself is because you ain't got the tools. That's it. If you had the tools and the space, you could fix a lot of this stuff yourself. But that's why we go to, and that a lot of problems that you're gonna have with your truck is gonna be stuff that's gonna be simple. It's simple to identify. You just ain't got the tools to fix it. Man, this ain't the sticks. I don't know what you call this. You got some lemons heading to Connecticut. Okay. I don't know what this ain't the sticks up here. You call this, man, you 15 minutes away from Santa Claus house. You about 30 miles away from the moon. From South Texas. Dang, okay. So you made some good money on that. South Texas, you looking at I don't know. You just made some good money on it. I know that. From South Texas. You going to Connecticut too? Ain't nobody trying to go to Connecticut. They probably, in fact, when they gave you that load, they probably looking at you funny, like, man, you going up there? 2,500 miles. Yep. But yeah, man, they this a whole when you up here, this a whole brand new north. Like the sun is up here at 3:30. 3:30 in the morning stuff. I mean, the sun is up bright. In fact, if you up here at the right time and stuff, you can see the aurora borealis up here. Straight up. You can see, yep, if you up here in winter at a certain time and stuff, man, you'll see the aurora borealis. No, that's not my first truck. This is my third. This is my third truck. Yep, this is my third. Speed limit 70 miles up there. Nope. It's 70 miles an hour when you get to it's certain spots up here and stuff, but you going to Connecticut, so no, you ain't gonna see it. It's gonna be mostly 65 and 55. And you ain't gonna be able to go that fast anyway because, construction. It's gonna be a bunch of construction, a bunch of cars in your way and stuff, and they like, you know what, man? Dang, I thought that was a dude. Um, Yep. Anybody up here familiar with California? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're familiar with California. Guys, I have some questions now. I have some questions and I need some answers because it's stuff I want to do. It's stuff I want to do, and I don't want to go to the wrong place doing it. Let's see. People say you need to work for a company to get experience before you go out on your. All right, Mr. Eastwood. So here's the thing, right? If the only thing you're gonna get from working for a company is the only thing you're gonna get from working for a company, you're not really gonna get nothing. They're not gonna come up and tell you, okay, Mr. Eastwood, here's the business right here and stuff. Like they're gonna lay it all out there for you and stuff. They're not gonna do that. The only thing they're gonna say is, Mr. Eastwood, here's this load, right? Take it over here for this amount of money. And that's that. If there's no college, and stuff for trucking. So what you're doing basically is that you're going in there, and most of the stuff you're gonna have to learn on your own, right? By either interacting, you're gonna have to interact, you're gonna have to either look at things and then make it make sense and stuff, right? You know, like you got a workbook in front of you and you got to read. Well, there's really no instruction to read. It's just you looking and you hoping that the information that you have is enough to where it can connect you to somebody. And once you get the connections and stuff, once you connect all the dots and stuff, then you say, oh, okay, this how it works. All right, I'm a driver. I have this equipment right here and stuff. So what the dispatcher is doing is that they're calling for a load from a broker. They're calling load from a broker and stuff. So how do I find out what loads do they have, right? And so you talk to the broker and they might tell you, well, look, we post loads and stuff on this website. Okay, now you figure that out and stuff. Or you might say, working for them and stuff, you'll learn that they got a contract from the inside. So you might talk to this person specifically to get this sort of lane and stuff like that. Like, well, all right, I talked to you enough. I see that you got it available, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna run it because I'm gonna go ahead and run it, and it's something that I can make money with and stuff consistently, and we'll get some things on and popping that way, right? So you're trying to learn the partnership without the person coming up to you and telling you that you're in a partnership. But if you're going in, you got to go in with the intention of saying, yeah, I'm going in because this is a partnership. And once you learn that, then everything else becomes clear. Everything else becomes clear and stuff. And then when you have enough of a consistency, right? Then you can go out there on your own and say, yeah, I'm gonna get my own authority. But you don't need to be getting your own authority if what you saying to make money is that I'm be doing broker loads all the time. You know, C.H. Robinson, TQL, Landstar, just pulling off a load board. If you're doing that, that's what they call a spot market. If that's their only way of stuff and making money, then you can see where right now the spot market is good, so nobody's complaining. But you know, at the beginning of the year and last year, everybody was complaining about the spot market because the rates and stuff was terrible up there. So if you depended on the spot market in order for you to make a living, then you're not gonna make it very long unless you got a lot of money put away. You've been making a lot of New Jack City references and stuff, man. What did you? You've been making a lot of New Jack City references, man. Oh That's funny, but yeah, yeah, that's what it is basically, man. It sounds kind. The way I'm describing it and stuff, man, it sounds, it sounds kind of real convoluted and stuff. But when you get into it yourself, it'll start to make sense every day to a point to where you connect the dots. But always be a person to connect your dots and stuff. And the faster you figure it out and stuff, man, the more you can start saying that me going on my own and stuff is a real reality, because you don't want to get out there and stuff, and then have to double back, because you had people to do that. Like you had a guy, he got a truck, through Lone Mountain, and he took his truck over there to Landstar and stuff like that. And so he traded his truck in. Then he traded his truck in after all the work he got done with the truck. He traded in to go get him a brand new 38. He got a brand new Peterbilt 387, not 387. Well, yeah, okay. He bought he bought a 387 Peterbilt. A 389, excuse me, a 389 Peterbilt, which is, the 379. Then you got the 389, which is it's the same truck except the headlights and stuff are newer and stuff like that. So, because he wanted a Peterbilt. So he got the truck, then he went and got his own authority. And when he got his own authority, his main source of income was from Landstar, the people he was leased on with. But he hauled loads and stuff for him, right? And the rates went up a little bit, but it wasn't enough for him to cover his expenses and stuff, being that he was on his own. And so he wound up having to get a truck back and make all these explanations saying, well, daggone, oh, well, it ain't because I'm a bad business person. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because, nobody goes by a brand new truck and then say, well, you know what, let me just give it back, right? Let me just give it back and stuff like that, and now I'm going to go drive a company truck. You know what it was. You got into the business and stuff, and he got too comfortable. He wanted to step out with the big dogs and stuff, and he wasn't ready for that. He should have stayed in his lane. His expenses and stuff were a lot cheaper with that truck from Lone Mountain versus that new Pete that he got. And then he had to go get his own authority, and that insurance and stuff is kicking his tail. You already got a Peterbilt truck note coming out, and then you got this insurance coming out, $3,000, and with the insurance payment, you can't, it ain't no grace period on that insurance. You miss your payment and stuff on that, they shutting everything down, and they notifying everybody. When that insurance shut down, that's it. They know ain't no more hauling no freight. In fact, if you own a load and that insurance cancel, you in some bad shape. So I mean some real bad shape. So you see, getting your own authority is serious business. Cause you can't. There's no grace periods and stuff, man. They want their money right then. And to be honest with you, if they really don't want to do this payment stuff with you, if they can get all their money in one hit and stuff, that's how they want it. They don't want to do no deferments and all that stuff. They like, okay, to insure you and stuff for 6 months, we need $10,000. We want all our money up front. No, not 10 grand, 20. We want $20,000. And we want all our money up front. We ain't doing no monthly payment stuff, man. We want all our money. That way, we can go ahead and put that coverage on you and stuff, and that's that. Because sending those notifications out and stuff, when your insurance cancels, they sending all those notifications out and stuff, and that costs money. And then to get your stuff reinstated, that costs money too. You can't just say, okay, well, yeah, I missed the payment and stuff yesterday and stuff. Here's your payment today. It don't work that way. They want that money, um, then you got to go talk to. See, I forgot who you got to talk to. Dang, I can't even think tonight. Well, just put it this way: it's not a process where it's not an easy process where you just pay money and like, okay, yeah, you back reinstated. Don't work that way. It's steps you got to take and stuff, and it's steps you got to take. And then if you get caught, the DOT catches you and stuff, and the DOT catches you, you ain't got no, your insurance and stuff. Then they shut you down and stuff there, and then it depends on who got you. It depends on who caught you and stuff. Let's just say, you just riding down the highway and stuff, and then the trooper just decided to pull you over and give you a road sign, right? And he thinking like, okay, yeah, road sign pretty simple. He probably give you like a level 3 and stuff. He just checking paperwork, and then he run your stuff and find out your authority been suspended. No, your authority's been discontinued because a lapse in your insurance and stuff like that. Now you gotta get your truck towed. He ain't gonna let you drive it. Now you gotta get your truck towed and stuff. So you talking about some serious money there. And you gotta take your truck to the truck stop. Then they got the eye on your truck. He tell, okay, look, don't drive it. Don't drive your truck and stuff. And then they figure like, all right, you're gonna wait till nighttime and stuff like that. Get out there and drive the truck. Then you get caught again. So that insurance, man, that insurance is some serious business. They do not play around. That's why I say, man, when you get, getting your authority is some serious business. It's good. It's good. That's what everybody should be working towards and stuff. But a lot of people want to give these companies hard time and stuff like that. Man, why the people I'm leased to and stuff? Why they always cracking down on this and they cracking down on that? Cause, man, ain't nothing worse than having your authority suspended. Cause I was in Virginia. I was in Virginia going through a scale house, and everything was fine. The weight was fine. Everything worked on the equipment and stuff fine. They just told I went across the scale. They told me pull around back. And they said, when you pull around back, he said the only thing you need to bring in is your registration. That's it. Don't bring me nothing else but your registration. That's all right, cool. So I'm figuring like, man, I'm gonna be in and out and stuff real fast. Take the insurance, I take the registration in there and stuff. I put under the I had to put it under some kind of thing so he can read it. And he verified the US DOT number. Then he told me what was happening. He said, man, listen, early this morning, y'all authority got suspended because somebody got a ticket 6 months ago in this state for $6,000. Somebody got a ticket in this state for $6,000 stuff. They didn't show up to court. And stuff. So, we got to hold y'all liable. So, you can't move that truck. You can't move that truck and stuff. So, now this is 3 o'clock in the morning. So imagine that phone call I got to make, imagine that phone call I got to make to my POC, and tell him what's going on. Hey, listen, man, hey, I got put out of service. For what? Now I got to explain to him, okay, it's not my fault, right? It's not my fault. Somebody got a ticket 6 months ago and nobody paid it, so the authority got suspended. And I got to explain this to my POC 3 o'clock in the morning. So imagine what he hearing. Only thing he heard is, I'm out of service. I need $6,000. So I got to explain it to him again and stuff, right? I mean, he up there, man. I mean, raising holy heck. Like, man, how, why did you do this? How, how this happened and all this stuff here? And I got, 3 in the morning. You disoriented, right? And I'm trying to send a message to you because if anybody else get caught, the same thing gonna happen to them. Now you're gonna have a whole bunch of trucks and stuff that's out of service, and they're gonna be calling you saying, okay, well, we can't move. Same scenario. Let's just say you get pulled. Let's say you get pulled over by the police, right? 3 o'clock in the morning. You ain't doing nothing. He just want to check